I'm a spaceman, got a rocket on my back. Spaceman, oh, I'm raving like a maniac.
So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing Spaceman, Netflix's Spaceman, starring Adam Sandler. This movie was released 23rd of February 2024. I'm assuming by now a lot of people have watched it, and if you haven't, I should just mention that there will be some slight spoilers, simply because the point of this video, I'm going to title it as Spaceman, Garbage or Greatness. Just because if you Google this movie, if you just go to Google and type in Spaceman 2024 and you look at the scores, you can see there are a lot of ones and there are a lot of fives. Like you can see this, the fives and the ones over there are really like neck to neck. So I really just want to throw in my opinion and give my own perspective of whether this movie is absolute trash or whether this movie is absolute great. I want to discuss mainly three elements of the plot. So the movie is about Yakub. I don't know if he's called Yakub or Jakub. Adam Sandler's character. He is stuck in space in his craft. He has been, I think, on a solo mission for 6 months. He has his pregnant wife back at home, and he is going up to space to explore this thing, this purple cloud thing, the Chopra cloud. Yeah. So the first thing that I really liked about this film, let's start with the first element. There's this scene where Adam Sandler's character is having like a sort of like Skype, and some girl says that she's from middle school, and then she says, I heard that you're the loneliest man on earth. You're the loneliest man from earth, or something like that. And just from that line, I knew that this was going to be a different type of film. Just from that line alone, I knew that from the tone that they were trying to set, that this was going to be a different type of film. Also, let me add as a part B of that, is that Adam Sandler is the kind of person that whenever I hear he's going to be in a movie, I just expect the movie that it's going to be funny stuff. I didn't watch any trailers for this. I simply just went to Netflix and I found it there waiting for me. And apparently this movie has been trending for a while, so I didn't know anything about it. It's a movie that I went in with zero expectations, zero trailer knowledge, nothing. Adam Sandler, whenever I think about him, what do I think of? I think of stuff like The Water Boy, 50 First Dates, Jack and Jill, funny stuff. So the fact that I get to see Adam Sandler, like not in his regular element, doing a movie where he's going to be more chilled, less energetic, more melancholic, I was actually looking forward to that because, it's something different. Number two has to be the element of his wife leaving him. So, small spoiler, if you haven't seen the film, Yakub's character is being dumped by his wife, and it's through like a video message that he's being dumped, that he's being left. The wife leaving him, it hit me hard because I don't know, it kind of reminded me of those other movies that you see where a soldier goes off to like war, then he comes back and he finds that his wife has replaced him with his best friend, or it kind of gave me that type of vibe. I felt so bad for the dude because I felt like he's going out there to do his duty and then his wife is planning to leave him. But later on in the film, you discovered that Adam Sandler's character has always like neglected his wife and made his wife feel alone. Even the first time she had a miscarriage, that he was not there. I just liked the way the movie moved my mentality from really disliking the wife for her decision to leave to me kind of understanding where she was coming from. And then number three has to do with the fact that I don't know if this is the trailer. As I said, I never watched the trailer, but Adam Sandler's character Yakub finds this huge spider in his astronaut craft thing, and whether you think the spider was real or imaginary, that's all up to you. It can be argued in the comments below. It can be argued all the way because there's some facts that support that the spider was real, some facts that support that it wasn't real. It's okay. But I think for me, what I found to be such a intriguing concept was that, first of all, when he sees the spider, he handles it much better than I ever would, because I would have gone running, my guy. I mean, I know he's like in an enclosed environment and running is is probably not an option, but still I would have tried running away as soon as I saw that spider up on the wall and it's that big. It felt like this is what happens when you watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. You see Aragog and you are on mushrooms or something, you know. That's what I kept telling myself. You watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets while on mushrooms, this is what happens, you know. But I think I found the concept of this film to be very unique, and also the fact that Adam Sandler's character gets to connect with a creature from space. He has a hard time connecting with his wife and seeing his wife's perspective, but he was able to connect with the spider and this alien creature thing. Very intriguing concept. Now, those are the positives. Let's go to the negatives. This movie is slow. Like if you do not have patience, if you came into this movie thinking that you were about to watch a movie like Interstellar or The Martian or something like that, again, I never saw the trailer, so I didn't know what people's expectations were going into the film. But if you went in expecting to watch some sort of action film, exploration of another planet like The Martian or something, yeah, you'd be very disappointed. When I was watching the film, I kept thinking to myself, what if, Yakub had actually landed on an alien planet, and then when he was there, he met the spider, then they became friends, and then they were like facing the elements together or something. I thought that would have been a more, entertaining plot because there would have been more drama, conflict, especially from like trying to fight the elements of the alien planet. A story is always two things. It's always like character and plot, and character and plot. What the character wants, what the plot is trying to throw at him. What the character wants, what the plot is trying to throw at him. But this one was mostly just all character with very little plot, yeah. Like very little plot. I feel like that's where the movie might lag, and people who were expecting maybe something to be more action packed, they might find themselves super bored. But my final verdict in this movie is that I loved this movie. I really did. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 personally for me, simply because it clicked with me. I'm more of I live alone, so I film my videos in my house. I live alone. I'm more of a lone wolf kind of guy when I'm not around. So the story of an astronaut in his craft, having to do like a sort of introspective therapy about how he connects with his loved ones, how he has neglected his wife's needs. Like that story really clicked with me. I felt like this movie was trying to tell a story that things like The Martian, Interstellar, Gravity, those other space films have not told. I feel like this one was trying to tell a unique story that is a bit of like an allegory of how today as human beings, how we treat our relationships, how we seclude ourselves from other people, how we live in a very individualized society. I felt like the movie was really an allegory for so many things that are happening in modern day society, how we connect with people through online means like social media, like there was that the check connect thing, yeah. And I know some people were saying, oh, I read some reviews online and people were saying, oh, this movie isn't realistic. How can you be in Jupiter and doing like a Skype call? I don't think the movie was trying to be like sci-fi realistic. I think it was just trying to go for an allegory of how we seclude ourselves from others in modern day society. So it wasn't going for like super sci-fi realism like these other films like Interstellar and The Martian. But those are just my thoughts. May I give this movie an 8 out of 10? I was really feeling it. I felt like it was more of like an experience, not really, one of those movies for pew pew and nowadays it's like if things are not blowing up in the screen and people are dying and people are getting trampled on, it's not entertaining. But to me, I felt this was like a slow, introspective experience that I really enjoyed. And those are just my thoughts. For me, I'd give this movie an 8 out of 10, a lenient 8 out of 10, maybe a harsh 7 out of 10. If you've enjoyed this review, make sure to smash like and subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this film. If you hated it, it's okay. I know that it won't be for everyone. Even me, there's some certain films, people tell me that they are good, but I got bored. Movies like Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I slept in that movie. There's another movie called The Pale Blue Eye. It's on Netflix for Christian Bale. I also slept and people are telling me that it's great. So I know there are movies that will bore you and people are saying that they are good and also vice versa. So give me your thoughts about this film. Smash like and subscribe if you've enjoyed my review, and then I'll see you next one.